Why buy a regular SSD when you can just simply buy something like this and attach it to your phone and carry it like this, right? I mean, without the cable going like this. So, just kidding. This is Yottamaster PF20 Magtech portable SSD, and you already noticed what it is all about. You get this really flexible cable, and I'm really digging this, Type-C to Type-C obviously, and this is quite light because the shell is plastic and you don't have to worry about heating up because it runs quite cool, I do have to admit, which is the thing. And not only that, it already has installed the magnet here for mag connection on your iPhone, and you have additional ring if you desire to place it on, I don't know, for instance, phone mask doesn't have that ring at the back. You can do this, just 3M sticker, place it on your mobile mask, and that's basically it. So what's it all about? When you go and attach it here, you just connect it at the back, and there we go. The cool thing is the cable is really flexible, and it actually, apart from being flexible, it's also staying in the position that you place it. So the only downside that I would say that the SSD shell, the SSD cover and the box, is a bit too thick. I would really prefer if it was slimmer like PD20M that I reviewed recently, and it would be top notch stuff, because what we would have is cable that doesn't stick out compared to the PD20M that I did complain about, and we would have a lightweight, because this, even though it's thicker than the PD20M, PF20 is really light, and it looks nice. I mean, apart from the gloss in general being a fingerprint magnet, it does look nice. So when you actually access the camera, and then let's check out something. So we go video, we go ProRes, and you go with 4K 120 FPS, 35 minutes. Then we go with 60, it's 72, 30 is 144, and 24 is 179. Then we go to HD, 30 FPS ProRes HDR, 578 minutes, and 60 is 289 minutes in ProRes HDR HD resolution. But you do also have to take into consideration that on this phone currently I have 430.26 gigabytes of free storage. So just taking that into account, I'm not quite sure if that actually does make a difference, because if I disconnect the USB Type-C, what it does is I go into 4K, and is only supported when recording to external storage device 4K 60 FPS. So yeah, that's that. The dimensions of the PF20 is 80 x 62 x 11.9 millimeters. It's supported on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. So basically, this magnet that is a ring is good for your Android phones. I'm not quite sure how it works on those phones, and if you have a possibility to actually use something like this, but I think this is generally for iPhone users. Well, not this, but the mag connection here at the back. But you can use this and place it on your other devices that need to be magnetically connected to your SSD, and that's basically it. Now let's check out the speeds, right? ASSD, we go up to 1947.49 megabytes per second read, and write speeds going up to 1740.63 megabytes per second with thermals 43 Celsius. Then we go out to disk benchmark. Read speeds 1.99 gigabytes per second, while the write speeds 1.76 gigabytes per second with thermals 45 degrees. And crystal disk mark, now this is a positive shocker, of course. Read speeds 2127.17 megabytes per second, write speeds 1889.1 megabytes per second with 45 degrees, and we have 54.9 gigabyte file, read speeds 1.6 gigs, and write speeds 1.09 gigabytes per second. Just to clarify one thing, when we were talking about PD20M from Team Group, what happened in that scenario when it was running at Autodisk benchmark, I think, yeah, it was Autodisk benchmark, What happened there is that that SSD, when it filled up the cache, the write speed slightly dropped, so that was a problem. Here we don't have any issues basically because it runs constantly in the same segment when we're talking about the speeds, and you don't have to worry about it. It comes in three varieties. We have 512 gigs, we have 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte. This is 1 terabyte that I tested it out. I do have to say the speeds are there, so it's quite alright. I did expect the write speeds to be a bit higher, but they are consistent, so I rather have a consistent speed than basically having some higher speeds and then when it heats up it creates some additional problems while recording, which actually nobody likes, so be honest. And one more thing I do have to mention, my badge was with Yottamaster logo here being flipped downside, right? So, well, opposite, because when you take your phone, when you place it like so, you're reading Yottamaster like this. And I'm not saying this because of the logo of the brand, because maybe some of you guys don't even care about the logos on the products or anything similar to that, or you don't even notice them, but I know some people do notice those, and I just wanted to say that next batch of the logo and of the PF20 is going to be reversed on the other side and be normally oriented, so quite logical, right? All in all, I'm satisfied with the speeds on this one. I'm satisfied with the temperatures on this one because it really doesn't heat up. And those aren't thermals that I just ran for quite a short time. I actually ran all the benchmarks one after another, so it kind of keeps the consistency in thermals and trying to do a build-up, for instance. Of course, I could do something with a quite large file and just run it constantly, but I like to do it this way because I get more results. So yeah, all in all, digging the cable, quite nice flexible cable, possibility to adjust it on depending on your phone and depending on what you're connecting it. Shame it is thick as my iPhone with the mask on, because it gives double thickness, and I think this one is really good in terms of performance plus the speeds and everything all together, and it doesn't heat up. I already stated that, but I have to sum it all up. Shame it isn't a bit slimmer, but it is what it is. You can't have everything again in one package, unfortunately. But definitely a suggestion for this one if you're aiming something for the go, to travel around, to record with your phone, ProRes or whatever you want to do. This can handle the speeds because it has 20 gigabits per second cable speeds on the external SSD, and that's all there is to it. I'll place the links for Yottamaster PF20 Magtech portable SSD with 500 gigs, 1 terabyte and 2 terabytes, so you can choose the perfect capacity for you that will suit your needs, because after all the speeds are there, so you can't say anything against it in general. That's it. It all depends on the thickness, but then again, if you don't need it to be attached to your phone, you can simply have it like this because it's pocket size, it's slim-ish, and it's really light. So 2 terabytes in this one, that would be amazing. Links are below in the description, you can check them out, and of course don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell, and I'll see you quite soon. Bye bye.